Hey there guys, welcome to another episode from me. I have got a big announcement to make because the PlayStation 4 has just been announced at a Sony PlayStation 4 meeting. But here I've just got some gameplay in the background. I'm showing you the team I'm playing against. It's a really strong team, but I thought I'd just have this in the background. So if you're just into the PlayStation 4 news, you can just leave this on in the background and let me speak. But the first thing is about the Dualshock 4 controller. This is a brand new controller for the PlayStation 4, and all the details are here. It's got a totally new, different style of feel, the total new joysticks, and it looks a bit like the Xbox 360 joysticks. They might have improved upon it, but they've got a lot of feedback from developers and gamers, and they've totally redesigned the controller in general. And this goal right here is absolutely horrific, by the way, and I'm going to show you on screen the sort of raging I could have been doing at the moment. I rage quite a lot on FIFA, and when it splits to my wall, I'll tell you what happened there. But there's a lot of reduced controller lag as well. I know a lot of you scream and shout when you try and shoot and stuff, and it doesn't actually register on the controller in time. But right on screen right now is where I've thrown the controller against the wall so many times on FIFA, and that was one of the moments right there. I could have thrown the controller, but I restricted myself, and just showing on you here how the controller actually fits into the wall. In case you think I'm lying, in case you think I tried to shag the wall or something, I don't know. But anyway, back to the controller. It's actually got a touchpad on it as well, so it's going to have like a new style of input into the device, and that's on the top of the controller. It's not on the back like the PS Vita. It's actually on the front of the controller, like in between where the start and the select buttons currently are on the PlayStation controller. There's also a new share button as well. That means as soon as you press that share button, your gameplay you've just recorded in the last like 5 minutes or so will go straight onto the internet, and that can be easily viewed by multiple people, whether you want to live stream it, whether you want it to put on YouTube or anything like that. And this is a really big thing about PlayStation 4. They've put a real emphasis on sharing, but back to that later. And they've got some new other things as well. They've got like a light bar at the back of the controller, so you can like tell who's who without having to like look at the buttons and like scroll across like, oh, 1, 2, 3, 4 on player 4 or something. It actually has a color on the back. They all have individual colors on the back, which is pretty cool. We'll see how that goes. And with the PlayStation 4, you actually get a camera, a bit like the Kinect, and that actually tracks the back of the controller to see where the controller is in relation to the room, and you can use it as like a motion pad sort of thing, sort of like the PlayStation Move currently. Back to that later. To sum up the PlayStation 4, they used 5 key words to sum it up: simple, personalised, immediate, integrated and social. And this all reflects back to that social button I was talking about earlier, that share button. And that basically means every PS4 has a HD PVR built in. So that basically means you don't ever need a capture card or anything like that, so anyone can become a YouTuber. I don't know what that would mean for me and the likes of machinima people, but the YouTube market could get cluttered, but we'll see about that. That's a small issue that I've just raised myself. And the share button broadcasts straight away, and that means people can watch your streams on Ustream or something like that, and straight away they can actually give you feedback and put comments onto your video, and it will actually pop up onto your TV screen about any comments they make. That is insane. As well as that, they can actually join your game. They can take your controller off you if you're struggling in the game and they see that you're struggling. They can take it off you, play from their house on that game you're playing, and actually complete the game for you. It's easily broadcastable as well, and I think because of the new hardware specifications for the PS3, PS4 even, it won't require that much of a bandwidth. As for all the other key terms though, they actually made a big note about remote play. This is where you can play on your PS Vita and play on your iPad and stuff. They didn't go into too much detail, but it looks like you can do the same thing as the Wii U can, where you can actually keep playing on your game if someone else is using the TV. And right there I thought it might have been a penalty. But anyway, and it does much more than that as well. They actually make sure they have something like Netflix, their own service called Video Unlimited, and you can actually watch your videos on your PS Vita or iPod from your PS4 when people are actually watching TVs. That is very cool indeed. And they've also made a big thing about social networking as well, so you can add your Facebook friends, but you can already do that in PS3, and it doesn't really work, so it'll be interesting to see how that works out. But moving on to something that really grabbed my attention, it was the demos. There are no longer any demos in the PlayStation Store, and don't worry, there's a very good reason for this. they have agreed with every single developer that you can actually try any game you like for as much as you want. There's no such thing as a light version of the game anymore. You get to try the full game. If you enjoy that game, you'll be able to actually download that game and actually pay for the game in full. But I'm not entirely sure on the specific details on how they actually restrict how much of the game you actually get to try for free. But it basically changes the whole dynamic of a game demo. There's no such thing as demos anymore. It's the full game. Once I repeat once again, you get the full game for free. Anyway, okay, moving on to demos and that sort of stuff. When you actually download games, and even if it's a full game, if you pay the full price, you actually download stuff in the background. You actually, not only that, when you're actually downloading stuff in the background, you can actually play it. You can play it in the background. You don't have to wait for the download to finish like on Xbox 360 or PS3 or PC. You actually play while it's downloading. So it downloads the first, I don't know, 50 megabytes. You can start playing straight away. You don't actually have to piss around waiting for the demo to complete. How insane is that? No more waiting times, no more loading times. And with all this improved hardware, it's only ever going to get better. Now, graphics-wise, they didn't really show too much because the stream was a bit laggy and stuff, but it did look really appealing on the screen. They went into the detail about programming games and stuff, and they said about how polygons used to be the old-fashioned way of programming games, and now they've totally got rid of that sort of stuff. You can actually develop games with your PS Move controller, which I found very interesting indeed. You actually be able to create, like, clay sculptures, and you can actually move them about with your, PlayStation Move controller and totally create a new world and levels and characters based on your controller. It was very weird. You won't really understand it. My words won't put it into much light as it should be. You should really YouTube that after this video. It blew my mind, that bit. 3D modeling for the PS4 is insane. Okay, so going on to games. Well, Activision did do a little announcement, and they partnered up with Bungie. These are the people that made Halo, in case you're wondering, and that was obviously an Xbox exclusive title, but now they've partnered up. It might fuck up Xbox's title exclusive, like, titles, and it's called Destiny. It's a game that's very much a mix of COD and Halo, very much. You look at the graphics, you look at the gameplay, it looks very much like COD, very much like Halo. It's set in a planetary, like, atmosphere, like, scenery and stuff, and the graphics are absolutely ace. I couldn't believe it. As for every game I'm about to announce, this is coming out for the PS3 as well, and it's got some content exclusive stuff for the PS3. It doesn't say it's going to be exclusively for the PS3. The whole game is going to be for multiple consoles, but there is going to be some things that will be just for the PS3. And as for other games, there's Ubisoft with a game called Watch Dogs. This is very much like the game GTA, and they showed some teaser things about this, and I did know about this game before because I had gone to some like market research sort of stuff, but shush about that. It's very much like GTA. Everything is hackable in the world, and you can actually control like how the world plays out within the gaming space you occupy. There was some stuff about what was it? Capcom with their new game engine. This is called Panta Ray. They're going to do a game called Deep Down. This looks absolutely insane. I really recommend you go on YouTube, type in Panta Ray, Pantarhei. It looks absolutely insane. The graphics of every single game, guys, is unbelievable. There was a game from Infamous Second Son. It's about security and CCTV tracking, superhuman powers. It's very weird. All of these games are very like next century sort of stuff. But one game that really blew my mind was Killzone. It was called Killzone Shadowfall, and it was very, very futuristic. A game I'll definitely get if I was going to get a PS4. I'm not entirely sold on this console so far. Really want to see what Xbox have to say about this. I really expect some announcement from Xbox at E3. But Killzone Shadowfall, unbelievable. Have a little look at the trailer online and tell me what you think about it. Leave it down in the comments. It was a futuristic world with huge skyscrapers everywhere, and you're flying around in a rocket in a helicopter and stuff. It was very unbelievable. Oh my god, the graphics are just like blah, 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 blah. Most of these games are shooters, by the way, and they did say they're not gonna cater for one specific market. Your PlayStation 4 will be very personalised, and this will come back to that 5 main points I said earlier. Those 5 points are that the PS4 will be able to tell which games you like, which games you don't like, and they'll be able to like push towards you games that they think will work for you. So if you play COD, they might say, okay, try Battlefield. If you play FIFA, they might say play PES, but you won't play PES. Okay, moving on to other stuff though, before I get too much information into your brains and stuff. There was one small thing I wanted to add to this, and that was the social side of PlayStation 4. When you're going through your friends list, you're able to actually see the screen they are playing on, and you can quickly hop into their game. I don't even think you need the game itself, and they didn't actually go into detail about how the games work, if you need a disc, if you're download only, if you can share them. They've left out loads and loads of details. They didn't even show the console, for God's sake. But you can actually see the screen of your friends playing on the PS4, and there was a lot of little things that absolutely blew my mind. But overall, the graphics are insane. I'll try and get you some more information as and when I get it. I really hope you're excited for the PS4, and let me know in the comments down below if you're totally sold on PS4, and go and have a look at those trailers that I mentioned earlier in the video. I'm sorry I don't have any content about the PS4. The show lasted 2 hours, but I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. Peace out.